Hey guys, it's Jeffrey here with Auto Alchemy, and in this video I'm going to try to keep it a little bit casual. Um, I don't really have a script. I don't even have an outline per se. I have a few bullet points that I can use if I lose my way, and I guarantee you that I will lose my way because I'm lost. So in this video I wanted to describe why I decided to join YouTube as a content creator, which is not really a phrase that I like, but it is what it is. I like to think of myself as a contentment creator. So I hope that you're happy. Never in a million years did I expect myself to have a YouTube channel, and then I did. Last year I had a YouTube channel with my ex-girlfriend, which was basically about MBTI and how it connected with human relationships. And yeah, it was really fun actually, and it went better than I expected. We weren't a huge channel by any means, but if you do recognize me, it's because I've this is not my first rodeo. This is not my first run around circuit. And yeah, it went well, even though those videos are now lost to the void. I'm happy for that experience, and it kind of gave me the gumption to give this another go. But why have a YouTube channel to begin with, especially when it seems like everybody and their mother has a YouTube channel at this point? Isn't that right, Mom? The thing is, I haven't always had a good perception of YouTube. I've become really fond of it over the past year or two, but before that, well, I'm the kind of person who's really vulnerable to the trap of social media, so I can spend, an hour scrolling through my Facebook feed looking for hot singles in my area. I don't think that they do that on Facebook. But every now and then I'll get a friend request from somebody who is from like Bolivia, and they're always really pretty, and I don't know what it is about Bolivian chicks, but they're really into me. So I think I'm going to talk about my decision to join YouTube in a really roundabout way. Um, and I'll give you a little bit of backstory about me. I've always thought of myself as a bit of an outsider. Ever since I was a kid, like I was doing okay up until about 10 years old, and then as soon as I crossed the threshold into middle school, I was like, I don't really know what life is. Like, I don't understand how these people are functioning. What do they get that I don't get? And I was just really awkward and unable to connect with very many people. But at the same time, I was desperate for love and affection and connection. And I didn't really know how to navigate that. So what I did was just, I withdrew a lot into myself and kind of expanded myself as a creative being. I started writing poetry a lot. I started playing the guitar. I felt pretty good as long as I had some mode of expression. And writing has really been the one to stick, although I enjoy playing music every now and then. I'm not the best at it, and I unfortunately feel like I have to be the best at something for me to qualify as a participant in that hobby, which is silly. In addition to the creative expression, I was also really into penetrating analysis. Even when I was like 13 years old, I treated every book that we read in my English classes as if they were puzzles. So like the theme is like a central star around which all of the characters and the plot developments are rotating. That was kind of how I thought about it. And I was really attuned to this concept of like deliberate revelation, which sounds like some some highfalutin mystical concept, but what I mean by that is I was just really aware of the intentions and like the deliberate effects that the writers were trying to create in the reader, who was me. I could see the steps that they were trying to take and the dance that they were leading me through. And I was really fascinated by that, and that's something that, well, that's something that I still strive to do as a writer, and I think that it's helped me a lot to think of things in those terms. Yeah, so by the way, I think of myself as a writer and a philosopher and a jack of all trades beyond that. Like, those are my two subject areas that I really care about and that I think are really important, and everything else is kind of catching my attention. But I try to stay grounded with the primary focuses. So all of this to say that I was a really idiosyncratic and quirky kid, and I still am in a lot of ways, as you can see from my red panda buddy here. And yeah, because I was so private and I was so much of a lone wolf, I just developed these really, really particular interests and hobbies that I couldn't find. I wasn't able to find a lot of people who I could connect with on those hobbies. And even when I started developing friendships, they were always very contextual. So I would develop a friendship based on this one obscure progressive metal band that I liked, and then I wouldn't really do a lot of divulging of like the philosophical interest or the writerly interest. So I ended up pretty compartmentalized as a person, and I'm still working through that. And yeah, that compartmentalization has contributed to my mental health in a fairly negative way, I think. And so yeah, that's the backstory. I'm leaving a lot out, but basically I find YouTube really fascinating, especially in the past couple of years, because I'm seeing people, you can see real human beings talking about whatever obscure topic you're interested in. And oftentimes I used to participate in forums a lot, but you don't really get a face with a forum. But on YouTube, you see real personalities like truly engaging with problems and issues, and that really inspires me, and I find it really heartening. And I'm really happy that I found a way to like feed my MBTI curiosity and my personality theory curiosity in general. YouTube has just given me a real outlet for my interests, and at this point I just want to participate in the dialogue that I've been watching from the sidelines. Like yesterday I watched Mary from Very Mary Videos interact with Molly from Molly the Person, and it was just really cool to see two people who are more than just YouTube personalities. Like, they were actually interacting and developing a rapport, and I think that's fascinating. I think it's really wonderful that YouTube empowers people to connect over what some people might think of as being like a four-letter code that's completely insufficient for capturing human personality, which it probably is in some ways, but I believe that MBTI can be much more than it is, and I want to contribute to that conversation especially. I think that I have the analytical prowess and creative engine in my head to say something of at least minimal importance on the topic. So I'm interested in participating in that conversation, but at the same time, I'm pretty fascinated by the chance to kind of interview my real world friends about MBTI, like bring them into that part of my inner world a little bit and just unify my inner world with my outer world. And I'm also going to be doing that by creating different resources and book reviews and kind of crystallizing my personal philosophy a little bit through YouTube, just working through it. I don't think that I have a finalized worldview by any means, but I hope that, by interacting with other people and getting feedback and connecting, that I can, I can approach something that's approximately complete. So yeah, I'm actually hoping that YouTube will allow me to be a little less disintegrated or fragmented, and I'm thinking that that's going to happen, and I'm really excited about it. Oh, and one other reason that I'm really happy to be on YouTube is that I don't want to call myself creative, because I feel like that has a lot of baggage and a lot of arrogance to it, but I need to be creative, if that makes sense. I have a very strong drive towards creativity, and if I'm not working on something that's creative, like a story or a book, if I don't have some kind of ongoing project, then I feel kind of like I'm suffocating. And I can just see, like, I'm always acutely aware of the person that I could be if I were investing my time wisely and doing the things that I want to do. Like, I used to do MS Paint portraits of my friends, and I had a few people in my life say, those are really good and cute, but what's the point? Well, I don't know what the point is. But I do need to create something, and at least I can create something of value and find an audience for it. And I can take all of the various techniques and resources that I've discovered over the years that have helped me surmount my poor mental health, then yeah, I can do all that, and it's going to be great. I don't think that this sentence was entirely grammatical, because I kind of forgot what the initial clause was. But that's okay. We're speaking extemporaneously, and when that happens, things can get pretty wild. Okay, so I think that I've said the majority of what I wanted to say, and I guess if I think of anything else, I'll give you a call back. Leave you a voicemail. Okay, but seriously, like, I know that I'm a work in progress, and my channel is a work in progress, and the worldview that I'm mapping out is a work in progress. I don't have to get it all right now. I don't have to capture every detail. We're gonna have some time to get to know each other. So I look forward to it, and thank you for tuning in. Until next time.